One of our traders a week ago made this trade, made 142%. Check out our private Discord server, Patreon link below. But more importantly, we got to talk about the office loans. Nearly half of office loans now at risk on defaulting. More than 1 in 10 commercial real estate loans overall are going into the gutter in 2024. It's not me saying it. It's by the National Bureau of Economic Research. This is a big deal because we're looking at some people arguing 14% of the 2.7 trillion commercial real estate loan market in trouble, with almost 50% of all office properties on the brink of defaulting. Not really that surprising when a lot of companies, startups, and people don't necessarily want to live in a trashy city. America, I always say this, is a very weird place because usually a lot of money tend to locate and reside outside of the city center. Whereas if you go to places like Japan, China, Singapore, the closer you are to the city, the more prestigious, the more luxurious, and the more expensive the properties are. But it seems like in the US, a lot of these downtown skylines are nothing more than empty shells of concrete, steel, and glass with nobody living there. And no tenants either. Even in like the really walkable cities like Seattle, Miami, New York City, and San Francisco, we're seeing commercial office property becoming junk property. I mean, we talk about meme crypto being pretty bad, but commercial office space is worse than meme crypto because at least bad cryptocurrency sometimes might go up in value. But look at this. Banks reportedly face $160 billion in losses on commercial real estate loans. And banks are sitting on these fat losses like it's nothing. And they're also bracing for an even bigger default wave from landlords in the years ahead. There is a currently 10 to 20% default rate on commercial office loans. This is about $80 to $160 billion in bank losses just every once in a while. This is a pretty crazy ride that we're seeing. And you know what's really bad about this? If you go to a place like Seattle, commercial real estate is pretty terrible, right? So why are builders building more commercial real estate? Doesn't that make no sense? It makes no sense, guys. Even the FDIC is freaking out about this, saying that there's 3 trillion commercial office loans spread across all regions of the US. They don't like it any more than you and me, but builders are making a big bet that office employees and people will be coming back to work. Yes, they're coming back in a hybrid model, which drastically reduces many of the needed office space, and people are building these office spaces like crazy. Oh, look, a new office building across town just opened up. Let's move our company headquarters over there. But what about the older office building? I mean, they haven't even paid off their loan. And now they don't have any more tenants because apparently recently we're seeing that tenants are jumping from building to building, pursuing for the newer buildings that also offers some incentives, whereas the buildings are 10, 15 years old that aren't even that old are already facing defaults and bankruptcies. Delinquencies are through the roof. Even iconic buildings and some of America's most iconic downtowns are losing their glitter. Look at this. The AON Center sold for a bargain. If you live in the hills of LA, you probably see the skyscraper from your garden. This is a 1.1 million square foot office tower in downtown, sold for a measly $148 million. We're looking at over a million square footage of space, selling for 148 mil. May seem a lot, but when you look at some of the most expensive properties in the US, like if you just go to Tampa, right, look at some of the more expensive homes on the market, you notice that these homes, like this mansion at 40 million bucks and only 24,000 square feet, just 4 more of these mansions, you're looking at the price of this massive skyscraper in LA. And square footage wise, this is a terrible deal for the seller, but they had to sell it because if they don't, they default. At least they get some scrap change to buy like a cheeseburger or something. And the banks are really freaking out because US adults are spending like crazy, guys. Credit card debt, we are just living in an era of buy now, pay later. The amount of people paying over $1,000 a month on their car and auto loans is skyrocketing, and this is why repos are up. And of course, mortgages, you have Americans skipping meals for mortgages now. It's not looking so good, guys. Office loans are going bankrupt. And it's not just downtown office loans, right? It's also office loans in a suburban neighborhood. Anything that has the word office, you should probably stay away from it. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below. Before I leave, check out the private Discord server, Patreon link below, 7-day free trial, and we trade every single day. Lots of winning trades. So trade with us, guys. Make some money with us. It's a fantastic server. I love it here. I think you would too. See you later.